Hi, Ryan Hansen with Hansen Carlin Architecture and Construction. We want to talk to you today a little bit about speakers and whole home audio. So when you're doing a new build, one of the things that you might want to think in advance on is how are you going to listen to music throughout the home? As homes become more and more connected and there's more smart home features, having audio distributed throughout the house is a really premium feature that a lot of people like. Now, in this particular house, what we did is we took the time to think about where we would want speaker placement. So you can see here in this space, we're in the kitchen. We put 2 speakers in the ceiling here, and we put 2 more down here in the living room. Now these are Sonance speakers, which is a really high-end premium audio company, and they do a really nice job of making their speakers disappear into the ceiling. What we try to minimize is a lot of noise on the ceilings where you're going to have can lights, you're going to have speakers, you're going to have pendants, and that's not super aesthetically pleasing. And what a company like Sonance does a really nice job of doing is they actually will just create a grill that's fully paintable, and it's going to just disappear right into the drywall when it's done. They actually have an architectural series that can be hidden underneath drywall, but you're starting to look at a lot more money, although very premium as you get into that. Now, one of the things you want to keep in mind about sound is it's a lot like light. So you wouldn't put one light in the middle of a room and turn it up really bright to light the space. That's why you have a lot of can lights on the ceiling, because you want to be able to dim it and have consistent light throughout the space. A lot of times people think that having more speakers means you can be louder. It's actually the opposite. Having more speakers means you can play music at a lower volume because you're not blasting it from one central area like if you had one spotlight in your room. So by putting the speakers throughout the space, you're going to be able to play audio, and people in the living room, cooking in the kitchen are going to be able to still have conversation and hear the sound that you're playing throughout the home. Notice over here we have an 8-inch subwoofer in the ceiling, and you'll notice it's in the corner, and the reason for that is when you're placing subs, you want to kind of put them in a place that's not in line exactly with your speakers. So if you can find a good location, either a corner or something like this, you're going to get that even bass distribution. And again, this isn't about playing loud, blasting music through the house. You can do that if you want. These speakers will handle it, but it's going to give you that quality that you want when you're hosting a dinner party or entertaining that's going to really sound great. So you're going to see here we're getting ready to install some 8-inch in-ceiling speakers, kind of like the ones that we showed you upstairs. Basically all we did is run this speaker wire from one centralized location and then through the joist before the drywall goes in. I just tuck them up here, throw a little staple in them, and then you want to make sure you take down really good measurements of exactly where you put it, because the last thing you want to do is cut a hole in your drywall and then have to patch it right after it's been done. The other thing to be careful of when you're putting your dimensions down is make sure you know exactly where the center of your hole is, so that way you don't hit a joist or a stud when you're going to be cutting out your drywall. I actually did that once, and it's a painful mistake to make because then you have to move the hole and you have a drywall patch to do. So be really careful about that. Most of the speakers you buy will come with a really nice cutout template. You hit that center, draw the circle, cut it out. The whole install process takes 3 to 5 minutes. It's extremely easy to do. And yeah, we love it.